Welcome back. It's time for another brand new edition of Living Akamai. For that, we bring in Kay Mukaigao of Engel and Volkers and a special guest.
We've all heard about probate court, but many of us are not clear on what it is. Fortunately, today we have Michelle Ogata, Principal Attorney of Estate Planning Partners, joining us to discuss a little bit more about probate and how to avoid it. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you for having me, Kay.
So probate is a topic we hear a lot about, but avoiding it is something that may take a little bit more understanding. Can you share?
As you said, Kay, we've all heard the horror stories about probate, but most people don't understand what it is, and there are a lot of misconceptions about probate court. Let's start with what is probate. Probate is a court proceeding where the judge oversees the distribution of a deceased person's assets, ensuring the will, if there is one, is valid and assets are distributed according to state law. If there is no will, then the person is deemed to have passed away intestate, and the estate will be distributed pursuant to Hawaii intestacy laws. Essentially, without a will or trust, the state of Hawaii will determine who is going to get the assets. One common misconception is that people think if the estate goes, then the state of Hawaii is going to take all of the assets, which is not the case. Without a will or trust, the state of Hawaii will determine who will receive the assets, prioritizing the surviving spouse, children, or other close relatives. Most times we try to avoid probate court because of the attorney's fees involved. There are various court rules and statutes that need to be followed and cited in the court documents. Another reason for avoiding probate is that the law requires notice be given to the deceased person's heirs, regardless of whether those heirs or family members will receive anything. In some instances, family members may receive notice of the court proceeding, but may not actually be entitled to receive a share of the estate. And as you can imagine, this can easily lead to hurt feelings, confusion, and in some cases, fighting.
So how can probate really be avoided? I know there's so many issues that come up. There's got to be some strategy in talking with someone like you.
Yeah, there are strategies, there are options, and Hawaii offers several ways to bypass probate and allow for an easier distribution of assets. First, a person can create a trust and have their trust own their assets. Everything owned by a trust avoids probate and passes directly to the beneficiaries. A person may also own assets jointly with someone else or multiple people. For example, a bank account owned jointly with someone else will transfer automatically to the surviving owner. If real property is owned as joint tenants or tenants by the entirety, then upon the passing of one owner, the interest in the property will pass to the other surviving owner or owners without probate. Another way to avoid probate is to use transfer on death or payable on death beneficiary designations. As an example, if you have an IRA or a bank account, you may designate beneficiaries directly on your account. By doing so, upon your passing, the funds remaining in the account will go to your beneficiaries without probate. It's never too early to plan for the inevitable, and there are steps people can take to avoid probate court. And as you know, Kay, you and I are doing a seminar on March 1st at noon, where we will discuss probate in further detail and the pros and cons with the different options for avoiding it.
I'm really looking forward to that. Thank you so much for joining us. If you would like to talk to Michelle Ogata or would like to attend our upcoming seminar featuring Michelle this Saturday, give us a call at 808-725-2000. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Engel and Volkers Honolulu is here. You live Akamai.
Always great information from Kay, and thank you, Michelle, for joining us. That's a lot of stuff.
I honestly don't know anything she just said.
Well, she made it really easy for all of us to understand. And if you didn't understand like Kamaka, then give them a call, maybe attend one of their seminars and go to their, give them a call on their phone or check out their website. But you can also check out our website for a bunch of past episodes that have a lot of information. K2N2.com, hit the Living 808 Facebook tab.
That's right. Now.